Alright. Are we streaming or not? I think we are. But my hopes is that we can see this. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright. Can everybody hear me? I mean, this isn't a Thursday. That's tomorrow. Well, I wanted to see if I could possibly end this romantic game by Valentine's, which would be fitting. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but I think we should be good. If the audio is an issue, let me know. Hold on just a second, I gotta test something out. Because for some reason the speakers still work on my... even when I plug in the microphone, so hopefully I haven't been echoing this whole time. I don't think so. I've listened back and it's not, so... okay. Let me see if I can access one of the videos just in case. The nightmare never ends. The latrine! Horror. She takes the bottle and downs most... It seems okay. That's good. I don't want to stream this often, but I just wanted to get this done. I don't know if... we have to be close to the end, right? Like, we have to be. Not that I'm not thoroughly enjoying this Gator goodness, but it'd be nice to be able to, you know, play a real video game. Regardless, we had our awkward date with the rockiest... Come on. Oh. I was worried for a second. I thought it went way down the pages of the save files. I thought all mine got lost. I'd have to remember all the choices I made. Alright. We went to the revolving restaurant where we diffused the situation with Olivia and Liz. We got flooded, our school got flooded, and we had to stay there. Mr. Yadikin destroyed Olivia's painting, because that was kind of the source for troubles, because again, she didn't feel like she earned it. So let's see what happens next. Isn't everyone excited? I'll stream for a couple hours today. Mr. Triggums is apparently one of them substitutes that demands complete silence until class is over, but doesn't care beyond that. So even though I'm sitting about 2 feet away from Olivia, we were having to text each other. And as the new tradition, we have, I have my canteen of water, much like Olivia does. Instead of a plastic bottle with all them horrible microplastics, I have good old Chinese-made steel. She's quite the storyteller with these doodles. Like right now, as I try to keep up with the tale of Guts riding a... Well, this pics will be super dark or lock... That's from a previous conversation when we were at a wedding doing a photo shoot. What's he riding again? He's piloting the main golem from Gundam Finn. Giant robot from one of the shows she's been wanting us to watch together. I mean, we would. I totally want to. Just Olivia and I sitting side by side on my couch. Maybe as we're getting tired, we start leaning against each other. I could even offer to keep her war. Bazit, chat clatter. Whoops. Catching my phone on the precipice of my desk, I see that Olivia had sent an even more detailed version of the previous Guts drawing. Aww. And this is why, for how dumb as it is, Finn is still fun to watch. I don't get it. Is Gundam Finn one of the shows? There's like 5 million Gundam shows. There's the RX-93V Gundam Double Fin Funnel type. So I don't think this is an actual Gundam series. That's pretty cool. You almost didn't get your phone just now, lol. If you'd watch it, you would. She anger. One day, maybe. Though it's only fine if it's with her. One day, yes. Ah, crap, teacher. Don't want to lose my phone. Okay. After a couple minutes without any alerts, I accept that the Gator girl really is done for now. With a quick look at the clock on the wall, I figure I've got a few more minutes before I absolutely must hide my phone. The Ottokin's been out for about a week and a half, so we've been stuck with Mr. Triggums. Apparently he doesn't like electives. I swipe back, looking through the pieces she'd sent me over the past couple hours. A lot of references go over my head, but the few that don't earn a hearty chuckle from me. Then there's the more detailed ones, the drawings that'd be good enough to actually render. I smile as I save those. I'd been meaning to ask if she'd finish one back when she started doing this, but I never got around to it, simply saving it in a folder. A folder that's grown to a couple dozen now. Would Jerome Clarkson please come to the office? Is this a Top Gear reference? Jerome Clarkson, Jeremy Clarkson? Would Jerome Clarkson please come to the office? Bitte. Dankeschön. The announcement makes me nearly drop my phone again. They'd been going on all morning, just calling random students into the office. A buzz from my phone has me check it again and see another message from the Gator girl. Never mind. Teach is acting weird today. Weird? I look at our substitute. Mr. Triggums isn't paying any attention to us. In fact, he's just kinda looking through the desk. He's stoned out of his mind, isn't he? Weird. Same here. Think it has to do with the office thing? I don't know. Was thinking it was the short day, maybe. That was another thing. I think the entire class realized something was up with how fast the class periods were going today. Crack. Aw, man. I look at my phone on the floor, the corner of the screen chipped away. Damn. I have dropped my phone many times. The most I've ever gotten is a very small scratch. Like, usually I just get a new phone well before, like, it gets cracked or anything. It might be because I'm not horrible, disgusting, and poor, so I can afford a nice phone every once in a while. But yeah, get a good screen protector. I have the one old women have, I guess, or old people have, where it's the kind of leather wallet look, where it's the leather kind of case that you can kind of fold over it, which is nice if you just want to, if you don't want anybody to see what you're like listening to, and you just want to cover it up. And again, yeah, it's sturdy enough that I can drop it. It wasn't this phone, it's the one I had previously. I dropped it in the toilet and it was perfectly fine because it has like a water warning to prevent it from getting. It probably just shorts out or something, prevents the water damage as much as it can. I don't know. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a headphone jack, and I only have wireless earbuds that can connect to it. I have a nice pair of headphones that I'm using now, but I can't use the nicer pair of headphones with the phone if I wanted to listen to anything away from my computer. Oh well. Picking it up before any of my classmates can step on it on their way to lunch. I also just noticed that Ben wasn't here in class either. Hurry up. Short day means lunch is earlier. Why would they do that? I mean, if they had a short day, usually it would just mean they would get rid of a few periods. Like, I can't recall if they ever had a day where, okay, every class is 20 minutes. And it's like, what would be the point of that? Imagine a 20-minute lunch period, or gym class. All right, go in and change. All right, go back. Oh. Where was I? Heading to lunch, I realized I'm not actually that hungry. Strange, but I guess it's an internal clock thing. I'm just so used to eating at the same time every day. Oh, and look, there's different art. There's snow outside now. Looks like I'm not the only one. As the usual war zone in the cafeteria has expanded to spill into the surrounding hallways. It's loud enough to even cover up the continued announcements. Urkel, thank you. Mostly. I've gotten pretty good at weaving through the chaos, relatively unscathed, but man. These guys have way too much energy. What are they even fighting about? But as always, the table in the back is left alone. Damien is chattering loudly about his day so far to Olivia, who's occasionally poking Liv's across the table with a toy hand claw. That's awesome. I used to have one of those toys. That was so cool. That is something that would absolutely get taken away from you by a teacher if they saw you have it in school. Liz flails her arms around to shoo away the offending poke, but never bothers to crane her neck down from the rafters. She perks up when she sees me. Yo, it's Inko. Hey, what's going on in Olive Garden today? Another brand that they did not have licensed. I think, no, you can make fun of it. I don't think that's a problem. What? Whack his noggin. The meter stick falls on my head. Gah! Exclaimed the bald teenager. It's just a joke, a quip, a jest. How long did it take you to come up with that one? It was about 2 in the morning last night. Whack him again. Hey, best $10 I ever spent. It looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. Just like the real one, she'll bully you for saying dumb stuff. Bite me. She makes the head gnaw on my face a little. Heh. I'll go sit somewhere else. Do it. I got a new friend right here. Oh, wow, I have an actual friend that isn't addicted to makeup pheromones. That makes me so happy. Your ventriloquism needs a bit of work. I still think it's a little weird. Oh, live a little. Say, I also kind of imagine if you are in a wheelchair, something like that would actually be pretty useful. You guys aren't eating either? It's too early, I'll just eat when I get home. The lunch ladies don't really try on half days. Don't they not try normally? Yeah, no shade. Well, actually, this is shade against you. I don't think you've made if you work in a cafeteria at a school, either you're just like, you are not the main breadwinner of your family, or you didn't make the best decisions somewhere along life. The difference makes itself known. I was out for like a week. I'm just gonna steal some of whatever Olivia makes later. Get your own. I've changed my mind. She has too much power. Just go up a flight of stairs. Ooh, this is great. Olivia reaches down to gnaw on Damien again, and I snatch it out of the air. Ah, no! I aim to hitch it right onto Olivia's snoot. Bullseye, it's clamped shut. The evil is defeated. Well, I'm giggling like a schoolgirl. The actual schoolgirl uses the chance to grab the hand back. Fine, no more claw today. She hastily stuffs the plastic toy in her backpack. After some more small talk, Damien's attention wanders towards Liz, who seems to be lost in thought. Hey Liz, what's in your head? I was just thinking about earlier today. I was talking to Principal Scala this morning while running some errands for Student Council, and she was really out of it. It was all the drugs. I think she's on mushrooms. Out of it? Yeah, like she didn't want to be here. That's weird. We here today. I tried to pry, but she clammed up. I've never seen her like that before. She must have drank bad coffee or something. I don't think that makes people sad. I can tell you from experience, it just really makes you have to shit. Looks like I got a text. Liz pulls out her phone, craning her head down to get a better look at the screen. It's from Ben. Come, having a student council meeting. Normally it's a bit more formal than that. Guess since it's a half day and all. Oh well, duty calls. Sorry for having to leave early, guys. No worries, Liz. We can meet up after school. Sounds good. I'll see y'all later then. What would you guys want to do after school? I don't know, maybe we can hang out at my place. Too cold to get into the pool, but I'm sure we can think of something. I look over to Olivia, who doesn't seem to have any objections to the idea, but no input of her own. Got any ideas, Liv? We could doodle some stuff. Like charades? Yeah, make it into a game of sorts. That sounds pretty fun, actually. Then I can really wipe the floor with Olivia. Oh, save your breath, Nito, first of the dead. You know my stuff will own you and your chicken scratch. Wanna bet? Ha! That's a sucker bet! Alright then, loser has to pay for food. Things are too happy right now. Something horrible is about to happen. Like, Mia is just gonna want revenge. Alright then, loser has to pay for food. Deal. We shake hands, making the wager official. Olivia Halford, please come to the office. Would Olivia Halford please come to the office? Thank you. The monotone voice of the intercom, combined with the strange atmosphere of the school, is starting to unnerve me. What's going on? We all look at the Gator girl, who rolls her eyes and starts wheeling her way from the tables towards the exit. After she'd left, everything felt more off. Lunch came to an end, and the school day was close to the same. Just a couple more periods before we can hang out somewhere with all the extra free time. I look at Olivia's desk, still empty 5 minutes into Prockling's class. I mean, yeah, she hates this class the most, but it's really become a habit at this point. Just like how it's become a habit for me to write an extra set of notes for Olivia. I look at the two mostly blank pages in front of me. Like, with our other teachers, I know something's off with Procling. What the hell? Did they find, like, drugs in the school? Is there, like, a... Did somebody, like, put something in the ventilation? That would be a twist. I think I've said this before, but I don't think a lot of these really want to get that dark, but imagine a normal, high school visual novel, and then there's, a school, what happens when the bullied kid, decides to exercise his Second Amendment rights. That would be a twist. Like with our other teachers, I know something's off with Procling. She barely says anything, instead just asks us to read the chapter on the Great War. Speaking of which, when is Sabaton gonna release a new album? Their last two albums have both been World War I. That was 2019 and 2022. They need to release something that isn't World War I. I'm begging them. As great as I love those albums, and as, good as all that is, and as much as they seem to really like World War I, studying it, there's, like, a lot of gaps they need to fill in. Like, there's a lot of medieval and ancient warfare they need to make songs on. One on the Napoleonic Wars would be amazing. I would love that. I would pay, I would... But yes, Sabaton good. I got to see them last year. It was really great. But all I just do is ask, and 5 pages in, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that it was the stupidest reason for a world war to break out. Speaking of, a bunch of European countries unhappy with being ruled by a bunch of other European empires deciding to revolt and dragging all their allies into the quagmire. Sounds like Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I'm really struggling to make sense of the information, made worse with how outdated the textbooks are. Seriously, they're written so bad it ought to be a crime. It oozes pre-Gilded Age corporatism that genuinely believed that anything bigger than a gathering of 10 people was a form of unionism. Disgusting. See, this is where, like, the lore of what's going on in this world kind of creeps out, and I'm actually fascinated by that. I want to know more about what's happening in this world. Why are there anthropomorphic dinosaurs? So Europe is a place. Wisconsin is the Midwest is a place in this game, in this universe. So, like, there's humans and dinosaurs. So, like, I want to know what happened. Who cares about all of this romance nonsense? Give me lore. With a sigh, I busy myself taking notes for myself and Olivia. As I do, my eyes continue to wander the classroom, as everyone looks just as disinterested in the subject matter. I look over to Procling, and she herself doesn't seem interested in the subject matter as well. In fact, she's just kind of staring off into space. It's highly unusual, considering how much emphasis she puts on proper class focus. Yet there she is, spacing out like she's no better than the teenagers she teaches on the daily. I'm almost tempted to raise my hand and ask her a question to snap her back to reality when the room's speaker comes to life. Breek! Would Incognito please report to the office? Incognito, please report to the office. Thank you. I look up to Miss Procling. I got called, but she's still the arbiter of who leaves her class and when. But she doesn't meet my eyes at all. If anything, it looks like she's actively trying to avoid eye contact. I pack my things and shuffle out of the classroom. All the while, the stares and murmurs from the other students grow ever more intense. My mind immediately begins to wander. Why am I being summoned to the office? They sure are calling up a lot of people. Maybe it's related to 2 weeks ago? The only thing keeping me company on my march to the principal's office is the sound of rubber soles on tile. They must spend a fortune on polishing these floors. It's not long before I notice another pair of footsteps coming from somewhere ahead of me. I squint my eyes, quickly recognizing the figure that approaches. It's Ben. I guess the student council wrapped up their meeting, though there's no sign of Liz anywhere. As the parasaur makes his way closer, I notice he has a complicated expression on his face. Hey Ben, what's going on? He flinches as I call his name and looks around like a lost child before he spots me. Make eye contact for a few seconds, but he doesn't say anything. Everything alright, dude? Ooh. Suddenly he turns away and continues down the hall. A sinking feeling takes hold of my chest. I almost try to speak up and stop him, but I can't think of anything to say. I guess I better get going. What's going on, chat? Well, that's a cool little stat. Is that... Oh, that's a... I think that might be their version of Don Quixote as a dinosaur, because he's got the lance and he's got, like, the... He's got the wide-brimmed hat, and it's an older guy with, like, the goatee. And then there's a degenerate piece of modern art on the wall as well, next to a picture of a cat. After another minute of walking, I reach the door to the principal's office and find it wide open. Come in. I step into the office and close the door behind me, following the source of the deep voice. I realize now that I've never seen the interior of the office before. It's fairly standard for an office, a long wooden desk, a filing cabinet, a few potted plants, and a couple of shelves for storing all sorts of things. However, on closer inspection, I noticed the things look a little more disheveled than I expected. Manila folders are strewn across the desk. One of the filing cabinet drawers hangs open, and the potted plants are either overwatered or wilting. Is this really Scalar's office? Mr. Nito. My attention is suddenly pulled away towards the hulking figure sitting behind the desk. I can only imagine what that office chair is going through right now. Sir, is everything all right? Have a seat, please. He motions to a small plastic chair on my side of the desk. How have you been, Inko? I oblige his request, taking a seat and trying to suppress my anxiety as I'm a human confronted with a gigantic whale in a suit and a mustache in front of me at high school. I think I'm doing well. Oh, he looks devastated. He nods to himself, holding his eyes closed. That's good to hear. The whale looks down at an open folder on his desk, taking a moment to look over some kind of document. Oh, shit. I have news for you regarding your instructor for AP Art Design and Photography. He's dead, isn't he? You mean Mr. Yadikin? Yes, Mr. Yadikin. Fine teacher, if students' surveys are anything to go by. He also spoke quite highly of you. Did you have a strong relationship with him? Yeah, I think so. Did something happen? He's dead, I know it. My heart drops as Ferris's brow lowers ever so slightly. Suddenly his tone completely shifts into one more clinical. Oh, shit. Over the last 2 years, Mr. Yodikin has been suffering from a rare form of... Alright, here we go. Chondrosarcoma that originated in his vertebrae. His tone is heavy. I don't quite know what the ailment he just named. Like he should spit on the doctors responsible for discovering it. But the practice movements and worn-out features are undeniable. He's by no means a fragile man, but the tiredness he tries to hide is barely concealed. Every student he's broken the news to has taken something more from him. Tensing himself slightly to be as tactful as he can, the attempted reverence is lost as he cited scripted lines just a few too many times already. He can't muster much more than his flat citation. This analysis means nothing. I'm just distracting myself from the reality of the situation, as though prolonging a confirmation will keep it from happening. Mr. Ferris notices my subtle confusion and clarifies like he must have done a dozen times already. Bone cancer. Mr. Yadakin was well advised by medical professionals about the treatment options available to him, and the district offered him a generous medical leave in recognition of his tenure here at St. Hammond. Wouldn't this have been better done just as a school announcement to just gather everybody in the assembly or in the gym or the auditorium and tell them this? Hey, your teacher's dead. Sorry. He turned both of these down. The cacophony of thoughts swirling in my head makes it nearly impossible to think. Impossible to focus on anything. Right now, all I can do is revel in it. Is that the right word? Time passes. I'm not sure how much, but I still can't get a grip on my own mind. Ferris is calmly waiting for me to say something, but I can tell he's becoming uncomfortable. There's only one thing I can muster the will to ask. Why? The whale grimaces. I wish I had an answer. His inflection tells of his own questioning thoughts. The exchange seems to give Ferris the energy to continue, however. On Sunday, Mr. Yadakin was hospitalized due to complications with his illness. He passed away the following morning. RIP. I swear, it's fine in a video game and in fiction to be RIP or, salute or press F. But so help me, there are people that will do that when they hear about an actual real person dying, and it makes me absolutely furious. He passed away the following morning. I'm going to have to do this since I don't think anybody else is watching. Salute to Mr. Yadakin. Olivia was called here before me. Counseling will be available for you and anyone else affected. At the end of the test, cake and grief counseling will be available. So, sorry, do you know where Olivia went? No, she didn't say. I'd like to go now, Mr. Ferris. Yes, feel free. I stand up from the plastic chair, pushing it closer to the principal's desk. Yeah, what is the point of dragging every student in one at a time? I guess every student that had him as a teacher, one by one, and saying this. This seems like a massive waste of time when you could just get it all over with one announcement. Offering one last nod to the superintendent, I let myself out of the office. As soon as the door clicks shut, I start running. I knew something too good was happening. I called it. Tragedy is struck. Shit, where would she go? The studio room, maybe? It's the best lead I have. Thanks to all those gym classes, I'll have no trouble getting there quickly. My new destination takes me up the main staircase of the school and onto the second floor. It's not long before I'm staring down the hallway of Yadakin's classroom. I breathe a sigh of relief as I spot Olivia sat in the front of the door. Gods, what do I even say to her? My thoughts come crashing to a halt as I see another dinosaur beside her, gesturing manically. Oh boy, it's this moron. Ben? From an outsider's view, it looks like Ben is trying to talk her into something. But there's such a stark contrast between their moods. I suppose Ben is mourning too, but maybe he's just handling it differently? That's the plan I have in mind. What do you think of it? Olivia? What on earth could you possibly be trying to rope her into right now? Yeah, okay. Olivia's reply came off weak and unfocused, like she wasn't talking to Ben at all. Can I count on you to be part of it? Sure. I remain obscured from view. This doesn't seem like a conversation I should intrude on. I'll just catch up to Olivia later. Honestly, I'm somewhat surprised that Ben is talking to her. No, maybe that Olivia is listening to Ben, that those differences are being put aside. Hey, Your girlfriend has been tormenting me for months now. For once, our priorities aligned. I had thought to come find Olivia too. I wonder, Yodikin was a mentor to each of us. Like, he'd always be around to help us, but now, all the little things that make you anxious or aggravated are gone in an instant. And all that's left is reality. Why bother with this dramatic garbage? If now is not the time to be brought together, then when? I'm thinking too much. My hands are shivering. Something in my heart threatens to fall apart, but not now. Her voice was too quiet for me to hear, but whatever she'd said, it wasn't what Ben wanted to hear. Olivia, I need to know that you're with me on this. Yeah. Olivia. Ben kneels right next to Olivia's chair, putting the two at eye level, though she keeps hers averted to the side. I need to know that you're in on this fully. There's a strange panic in the Parasaur's voice. Please, Olivia. For him. Finally, after what felt like a few minutes despite it only being 4 or 5 seconds, Olivia looks back at Ben's face and gives him a meek nod. I'm going to take that as a yes then. The Gator girl gives no other reply to Ben's words. The only sign that his words had registered in her mind were her hands suddenly yet gently shaking. All the while, her claws dug even deeper into the wheelchair's armrests. Her bulwark broke at last. Seeing the droplets from her eyes drives a searing pain through my chest. My instincts drove me forward beyond my common sense. I grip the blue boy's shoulder and pull him up. Ben! The Parasaur's eyes snap up towards me. He makes eye contact with me, a depressive expression coating his face. Inko, what are you doing here? I wanted to see Olivia. Olivia's silver eyes finally lift, and the pain reflected in them threatens to shatter my aching heart. Ben looks back to see those mournful eyes too, though his reaction seems opposite to mine as a smile draws across his face. Inko, hear me out. I'm trying to organize a eulogy for Yodikin. You just found out he died. Can you not wait one day? Let people grieve and, get it through their system. Ben is worst boy. To say our goodbyes to him. He deserves it at least. Olivia, me, and you. He helped each of us so much, and while the Parasaur rambles on, I turn my attention solely on Olivia. I push past Ben and take a knee to Olivia, now eye level with her. Well, not really. Ben finally stops talking, thank God. I can feel his stare boring into the back of my head. He wants an answer for whatever he was just talking about. A eulogy for Mr. Yodikin. It's so surreal to think about that. To think that I spoke to him only yesterday and today, he's fucking dead. A eulogy. Yeah, it's the least we could do for Yodikin as his pupils. He deserves so much more, though. So much. Right, Olivia's probably feeling what I'm feeling right now, this fight between reality and emotions. Yodikin's gone, and I'm still trying to process it. Trying to accept the fact that I'll never see him again, or listen to him again, or get advice from him again. Never get to impress him or show him how much I've improved because of his lessons. I don't think I'm ready to accept that he's gone. Ben clears his throat, snapping me from my stupor and back to our current reality. Sorry to be so pushy, but I need to know if you and Olivia are in or not. Ben turns to look at Olivia as he says those words. Olivia, meanwhile, continues to stare absent-mindedly at the wall, almost as if Ben's words were not emanating from right next to her, but a dozen miles away instead. Ben, I don't think... I suddenly feel a cool, scaled hand fall on top of my own. I turn to Olivia to look into Olivia's pain-stricken eyes. They gaze deeply into mine, pleading, begging to make the pain vanish. Oh, that hit. That hurt. Oof. I don't quite know what I should do. I don't want to make a choice here. Honestly, I'm gonna see what it says. I'm gonna check both options. This is way too soon. Like, we just found out today. Like, his corpse is still warm. Well, I don't know, is he a warm-blooded dinosaur? We're not ready to say goodbye. Can you give us some time, Ben? The student council president's taken aback by my words. But Olivia, his frustration with us seems to grow with each second. Ben, look, No! I turn fully to Ben with my hands raised defensively. Ben, listen, we need to do this. For Yodikin. For everyone that cared about him. For us. So why won't you help me? We want to, Ben, really. But can't you see that what you're asking for is way too soon? Thank you! Damn it, we just found out. His breathing is haggard now, his composure completely blown, and his own pain is painted across his face as he allows his glasses to slide away from his puffy red eyes. Just... Ben? Her voice is so soft and gentle. Her head turns back to me, her own pain in her eyes, but sympathy too. She looks forward and her words are more resolute. Ben, I understand. The Parasaur boy's breathing hitches. You're right, we should do this, and I will. I promise I will, but it's too soon. We all need time, but he clenches his teeth, followed by his fists. He takes a sharp, uneven breath, his glasses sliding off his face and right into the floor. He's so agitated, so exasperated and devastated, he doesn't even seem to care. My free hand finds itself to my other friend. What other friend? Damien's not here. Friend's shoulder, forming a full link between us. Olivia reaches down and picks up the prescription glasses, using her sleeve to smudge them cleanish. Yeah, anytime you go to the eye doctor, they say you shouldn't actually do that. You should only use the, specific glasses cleaning cloth to clean your glasses with. Ben struggles, his already broken composure fracturing further. His hands shake as he accepts the proffered eyewear from Olivia, having great difficulty setting them back on straight. When he can finally look up from the floor, his eyes are even more raw with fresh pain. Ellipses, you promise? Olivia nods at the quivering question, her own lips starting to shake as well. Yes, but for now Ben finally gets it, as his emotional dam is near bursting. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Ben walks up to me and pats me on the shoulder. With a final solemn look at Olivia and nod towards me, he walks out of the classroom and leaves Olivia and I alone. Finally. As the door closed behind me, I hear Olivia take a sharp and shuddery breath before turning to look at me. Her eyes are glossy and puffy on the edges. Trails of tears stain down her cheeks. And her expression is one of someone who doesn't want to believe that it's true, but knows deep down that it is. As I look at her, I feel my emotions come back twice as hard. No, I need to be strong for her sake, damn it. Olivia, I tried to find the proper words to say something to her. Anything that could give her any sense of comfort, ease, or pain. In this instance, don't say anything. Just be there, right? But I feel my throat begin to tighten like someone's hand is around my neck. I don't even notice that I'm crying until my vision becomes blurred with tears. Without thinking, I wrap my arms around the baryonyx and pull her into a hug. Another hug! Bittersweet, though, of course. Olivia seems shocked at first, frozen by my sudden reaction. And then I feel a pair of arms wrap around me, and hands clutching my jacket. Olivia begins to softly sob into my shoulder. I feel my own resolve break down as I hear the increasing pain in her cries. When we're like this, I can't even pretend to be the stronger one like this anymore. Maybe I could bear the pain of Yodikin, but seeing Olivia like this, I hold on tighter. I don't want to let her go. Suddenly, she mumbles something into my shoulder. What was that? We pull apart, and I look over to Olivia. Her sunken face is covered in splotches and trails of wet and dry tears. She's hyperventilating and looks like an absolute mess right now. Despite this, her eyes are fierce and lively as they meet mine. I need to do something. Right now? She doesn't respond, hurriedly rolling down the hall towards the elevator. Where would she... The fountain. Yep. The only place she could be going. I step forward to follow her, but stop. No matter how I try, I can't continue. This is Olivia's promise, not mine. I have no right to intrude into it like that. My hesitancy robbed me of any choice in the matter, and she went alone. I'm a fucking idiot. Alone in this freezing weather while she's going through this? What the hell was I thinking? I start my silent march through the halls, out the building, and into the frozen wilderness. Plot has certainly thickened. Well, not really, but... You know what I mean. Things have gotten serious. It's cold out, freshly starting to snow. It's snowing outside right now. In real life. In the real world. The world just feels so much smaller, muted, and colorless. Now's not the time. I must find Olivia. There's thin tire tracks on the thinly laid snow, pathing out down the sidewalk. I follow them. The path is serene. The falling flecks of white make it feel like one of Olivia's landscapes. The fountain must be just around the corner. Oh, gods. I should have gone with her. Of course, the fountain is only accessible with stairs. The steps are tall and coated in a thin layer of ice. It's a death trap. Something rolls down and bumps my shoe. It's one of Olivia's handles. Oh, shit. My face flashes with heat and my blood runs cold. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't lose two people in one day, please. I will myself to look up. 8 steps up, Olivia's wheelchair is toppled over on its back. Seat ripped, wheels spread, it's unrecoverable. Oh shit. Maybe we should have said, hey, let's have a eulogy. Olivia is 2 steps further, halfway onto the ledge. Her arm reaches up for the next one. Olivia! Olivia stops and slowly looks back. It's a look of shock and humiliation at being seen like this. She turns back and starts pulling herself up to the next step. Damn it, Olivia. I take a step up and catch myself. I wonder... Okay, she's like kneeling down. Okay, wait a minute. That means she can actually somewhat use her legs, it looks like. Because she can at least prop herself up. It's a wonder she even got this far. But I find my balance and start marching up towards her. Her arm slips on the ledge and she falls back. I caught her in my arms from behind. I didn't make it. She looks up at me, eyes still filled with tears. I carefully set her down on one of the steps. She hides her face in her palms. I failed Yodikin. Olivia chokes back a sob. I'm just a stupid fuck-up. You could have just asked us. Fucking chair. And then continues to weep. I sit there and stare for a moment. Trying to figure out what to do. I really haven't ever been in a situation like this. The poor girl is shaking. Rather, it's from the cold or her situation. I don't know. Instinctively, I wrap my arm around her and pull her close to me. With another hug. Olivia shifts her body accordingly and we end up in an embrace. Her sobbing calms down to just occasional hiccups, and her body is no longer sapping the heat from me either. I'm sorry, Inko. Sorry for what? Everything. Being an Ashlochen, being a failure, making you waste your time on me, I'm just awful. Don't say that I love you. That's what I want to say. Now isn't the time. Thank you. I'm your friend, you know that. I'm here for you in the same way you're here for me. Oomph. Olivia breaks away from our hug. Her face is tear-stained, but she isn't crying anymore. She's looking down at her wheelchair. Do you have a spare home? No. And this is presumably in America. The cost of this is going to be astronomical. I stand up, look up the stairs toward the fountain, and then back to Olivia. I can call Liz if you want. She can come pick us up after we're done. We can worry about your chair then. You're not a failure, Olivia. We're getting you to that fountain. I reach my hand down towards her. Olivia's confusion erodes into a soft smile as she stares at my hand and then back to me. Come lower, let me grab your shoulder. I've done this a few times before. I lean in closer, and Olivia pivots as best she can. Once more, she uses her tail as an anchor in place of her legs. It's holding her up pretty well, never considered it, but that tail must be pretty muscular. Okay, she looks a little goofy there. Your tail basically is just muscle. Let's go. I want to make Yadikin proud. And oh, she is fairly well endowed. I know this might not be the time for it, but yes, she is fairly. I like her. She's better than that horribly rail-thin Fang. I climb up to the next step, planting my foot on solid ground. Olivia waits for me to stop before quickly moving her tail up to the next step as well. It's sort of like we're each one leg. Simple enough. It only now occurs to me how close we are right now. By close, I mean I'm practically cradling Olivia against my side. Up another step, eventually we make it to the top. I managed to shuffle to the fountain. You can just put me down right here. Alright? And this is the fountain from the start of the game, from the menu. It's like it rhymes. Sorry. I gently lower Olivia down and place her on the lip of the fountain. There's just enough space for her to sit along the edge with one leg. Why would the fountain be working? It's the middle of winter. For her to sit along the edge with one leg resting on top and the other hanging off. She looks into the still water in contemplation. My eyes follow her, focusing in on the coin. Ah, okay, it is frozen. So wait, the fountain itself is frozen? They just let the geyser go and it was so cold one night, it just froze? I don't think it would have worked. You would not do that. No, the pipes would all freeze up. My eyes follow hers, focusing in on the coins that have settled at the bottom of the fountain, though hard to see through the opaque ice. I stuff my hands in my pockets for warmth, feeling the skin of my knuckles starting to split already. My fingers trace over the quarters I'd usually use on our lunchtime drinks. Achoo! A powerful sneeze draws me away from my meandering thoughts to see the Gator girl quiver on the cold concrete seat. Damn it. Her jaw is clenched tight, baring her sharp teeth to the world. Her nostrils flare with each of her breaths, the hot air creating a puff of visible mist. And her eyes are filled to the brim with a fiery rage and salty tears. I want to break the silence between us, ask for her thoughts. She is deep within them, though, raging within her own mind. Finally, having the moment to process everything that's happened, in the end, it's Olivia that breaks the silence with a single, quiet, disdain-filled curse. Damn it. Her eyes shut, keeping her tears from falling. Damn it. A hiss seeps through her lips. I made it. I finally made it, but the thought goes unfinished. She lets her shoulders down and turns her gaze away from the spouting water. Did they, like... Okay, does this... How rich is this the nice part of town? Did they heat the water in the fountain? How is this working? I don't care about her being upset. I care about how is this fountain operating in the middle of winter. Listlessly gazing towards the obscured afternoon sun that's just managing to peek through the clouds and snow-covered trees. Maybe she's imagining that's where he is now. But what now? I withdraw my hand from my pocket, holding it open for her to see the pocket change in my palm. Scanning over the water feature before us, I think back to all the times I wanted just to do just this with someone else. How about we make a wish? Olivia's brow furrows as she glances off to the side. Her fingers grip her hoodie, and I watch as she considers my suggestion thoroughly. Sure, a wish sounds nice right now. I motion her forward. The Gator girl holds her hand out to me, and I drop a quarter into her palm. It's just gonna bounce off the ice. On 3, I nod in reply. 1, 2, 3. I wish for... Our twin coins flip in the air together. I watch as the coins spin skyward, crashing through the falling snowflakes. At their apex, the coins seem to pause just to briefly touch one another. With a synchronized plop, both quarters hit the water together. Well, if they're all... I'm wondering, is this because they're cold-blooded? They just have a heated fountain? Is all the water heated? Leaning forward, I see that the coins have even landed on the same side. Heads. Wonder if that'll double our chances of making our wishes come true or something. I let out a huff of amusement from Olivia's comment. Though the more I think about it, the more I hope it does. We stay there, looking at the fountain together in silence. You know, honestly, if it actually ended right now, this wouldn't be too bad. For a moment, it feels as though time has stopped around us. It's just me and Olivia experiencing the moment together. And it almost makes me forget what had just transpired, what we're dealing with, and what kind of future the two of us were looking at. For this moment, though, none of those dreadful thoughts mattered. What matters right now is finding a small bit of peace, of solace. A little bit of calm before the storm that was inevitably coming. A harsh wind chill finally brings Olivia and I out of our thoughts. Hey, I'm sorry for being super distant earlier. You don't have to apologize for that, Olivia. Everyone goes through these sorts of things differently. I know, but I just feel bad, and I know I'm not the only one who's sad that Yodakin's gone, but... Her pause makes me stop and turn around to face her. I can see it in her face that she's trying to form the right words. Yodakin was the first person who I felt was a role model for me. He didn't just believe in me, he made me believe in myself. Not just for my art, but for being able to succeed in general. I knew that Yodakin meant a lot to her, but I never realized he meant that much to her. I think it was pretty obvious, bro. More than anything, he actually cared about me. About my thoughts and my dreams. I felt Olivia's lips tremble as she struggles to voice the thought. Normal. Gods, I promise I probably sound stupid for saying that. I shake me head in disagreement. You don't. Mr. Yodakin was important to me as well. It's okay, Olivia. I know how you feel. He gave me some of the best advice I'd have ever gotten from anyone and encouraged me to follow my dreams, like you. I wish I had met him sooner. There was a moment of silence between us, the air filled with a mix of sympathetic emotions. A shared sadness for the passing of someone who had made an impact in both of our lives, but a sense of thankfulness that he had graced our lives. I guess we both got our issues, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Fresh breeze of icy air sends a shudder down my spine. So what should we do now? I pat off the growing pile of snow off of my shoulders and head. Let's see. I look at my phone. School's ending in 10 minutes. Do you want to just chill here until then? No pun intended. Sure. I look around, noticing a tiny bench for two nestled against a tree. The Gator girl must have noticed, as she's already holding her arms out for me. I recall something, a certain pair of raptors. I kneel down, facing away from Olivia. I can feel the icy flakes melt off of me as Olivia leans against me again. Her powerful arms wrap around my shoulders, clawed fingers digging into my jacket. My fingers locked together to form a makeshift seat for her behind me. With my passenger secured, I make a beeline for the bench, lest I get caught up in what I feel pressing into my back. She lets herself drop onto the bench, uncaring for her landing. Taking a page from the Book of Olivia, I also drop uncaringly next to her, just glad to have some shelter from the increasing snowfall. So here we are, mission accomplished for Olivia. Now what? My curiosity compels me to ask Olivia something. If you don't mind me asking, what did you wish for? I don't think you can tell someone what you wish for, or else it won't come true. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, I took a screenshot of this. I like this. It didn't show my computer. The superstitious side of me says that she has a fair point, so I decide not to push her any further on it. Just curious is all. We continue relaxing in comfortable silence. I'm gonna save this one too. I mean, I don't mind telling you if you tell me yours. I guess it's only fair. What did I wish for just now? It's hard to put into words, not something specific, rather a feeling I just keep coming back to. Back before I came to the school, I would have wished for more friends or a successful future, or to take back something embarrassing from the past. But now that I think about it, I didn't need to make a wish. Smooth. That's too vague. I know, but I don't know how else to put it. Come on, at least try. My best memories from the past few months. This being outside in the freezing cold? No, not that. What do you mean then? I struggle to find the words without making myself sound stupid. You know, we've hung out a lot together, but it's not often that it's just the two of us. Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot. I wish it was like that more often. The baryonyx's eyes go wide. Shoot, maybe that came across too weird. I mean, I just want to get closer to you, you know? I watched the beginnings of a blush form across Olivia's cheeks. I don't think this is the right time, bro. Give it a day, please. I know she's vulnerable, so you can't... Don't do this. Wait. I don't mean it like that, Babaka. I want to get to know you better. She glances away, laughing nervously as her tone changes drastically. Yeah, I understand, totally. I breathe a silent sigh of relief. You want to know what I wished for? If you don't want to share, you don't have to. No, I asked for yours. It's only right. I wished to know what I want to wish for. I glance across the bench towards her. Can't make sense of anything right now. I want today to be over, frozen, and to never have happened all at once. I want Yadikin back, but I don't want to just replace him with someone else. It's too late to start all over again. She stops to wipe her eyes, but they are already dry. All I've ever wanted was to be someone he would be proud of. But it just feels impossible. She looks away. I ended up picking something lame. Sorry. What's that? Olivia's still looking away, so I can hear her hesitation. I can't tell what she's thinking. I threw that coin, and out of everything racing in my mind, the one thought that stuck out the most was just, she chews her lip and contemplates Sorry. She chews her lips in contemplation for a moment, and when she finally continues, her voice is a soft whisper. I want somebody I can trust. I feel my face heat up from her words and tone. Even with her head turned, I notice a red flush creeping over Olivia's face as well. I instinctively jerk my head the other direction. Shoot, what do I do now? We're both sitting motionless, neither daring to say another word. If I listen closely, I feel like I can hear her heartbeat from here. She can probably hear mine as well. I don't even notice the cold anymore. Maybe we can just stay like this for a few weeks. No, don't be ridiculous. You need to tell her how you feel. I clear my throat, searching for words that wouldn't come. She just said she wanted somebody to trust. I mean, you can trust me. I hear shuffling from Olivia. Damn it, I can't work up the nerve to turn my head towards her. My neck feels like a rusted hinge as I try to disobey my body and look at her through my periphery. Do you trust me? Despite my words, she nods her head vigorously, the blush growing dangerously bright. Well, I shift my body towards her on the bench. I trust you too. Aw. Suddenly, she shakes her head a bit to bring herself back to reality. Maybe I can be honest with you then. You're silly and you're ridiculous. Maybe a little over-optimistic. You're thoughtful and adventurous. Thank you. And you're so willing to just take me with you. You don't treat me any differently for this stupid thing. She lightly hits the armrest of the bench. I guess I stopped noticing it at some point. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you're like... So many words dance on the tip of my tongue. Like... My mouth and brain are already at a standstill. One wanting to just blurt out whatever, while the other keeps it all and disseminates it in a thoughtful manner. What comes out is... A furious snort rips from the Gator girl's nose, followed by peals of laughter. Out of embarrassed shame, I cover my hand with my face with my hands. Aha! What was that? I curse my nerves as I try to protest her continued guttural guffaws. Come on, Olivia, I'm really trying. The snowflakes that had managed to still land on me melt away and from the extreme heat radiating from my whole head. Olivia acquiesces, though, drawing back into just a very smug grin. Olivia, okay, take two, Inko. My head's temperature finally drops from core of the sun to a more manageable volcano, because we're in Vol Caldera. Thanks, Baka. Seeing that small quirk of her own lips, I can't stop a smile from growing on my face. I guess, be honest with her and yourself. Honest. At the very start, thought you were just out of it. What? You almost ran me over in the hallway. Oh. She frowns and looks away. Sorry. Then you tried to get my seat moved. Sorry. And the claw thing today? Not sorry about that. I figured. And you used to be hard to talk to. I felt awkward every time I'd even try. Like, thank Raptor Jesus for Damien and Liz, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten to know the real you. Olivia wrings her clawed fingers together. And what do you think of the real me? She's easily the most caring person I've ever known. I mean, yeah, she could be a little selfish, and doesn't think ahead sometimes. But when she cares for something, she just has to do everything she possibly can for whatever it is. Is that what you think? Yes, I think you're quite caring and passionate and what? And I know Mr. Yodkins saw that in you too. Nice. Smooth landing there, Inko. Olivia's eyes water at the mention of our mentor. Thank you, Inko. Now's the time, Inko. Just say it. Saving this. Wait. Hey, Inko. Say it. Do you like me? Nope. Ellipses. Yes. Yes? Why does talking have to be so hard? I prepare for Olivia's smug one-liner to crush my weak confession. Aww. Instead, I watch as Olivia brings her hood up and her eyes with it. Really? For some reason, seeing her like this fills me with a well of confidence. Yeah. Can I hear you say it? Ellipses. This is insane. Chat. I like you, Olivia. I don't get how... Her hood peels away just enough so I can see her shimmering silver eyes. Why would you like someone like me? A reptile. Well, oh. I like you too. Aw, she's got little, Spurto, slippers on. That's adorable. And her little tail is wrapped up too. Best girl. Olivia brings her legs to her chest, holding the limbs tightly to her. She brings her hoodie's hem over the legs, transforming herself into a crocodile-shaped igloo. An olive igloo. Ho, slippers was a bad idea. Oh, crap. Yeah, you okay? Fine, just call someone. I cough awkwardly and get my phone out to call Liz. Hello, Inko, is that you? Aren't you supposed to be in class right now? Scalar let Olivia and I out early. Oh, okay. I was told about Professor Yadikin. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm with Olivia by that old park by the school. Her chair's busted and we're kinda stuck. There's a kneeling whine from the bundled crocodile next to me, her tail wrapping around her as if to hug herself. Broke, in this weather? Are you two okay? We're fine. Can you come pick us up? Oh, no. Sure, I think I remember where that is. I'm with Principal Scalar right now, and once we're finished, I can get you two on the way home. Thanks. After some shuffling, the call drops. I turn back to Olivia. She seems more anxious than anything right now. You alright? Yeah. I'll be okay. The stovepipe maw of the olive igloo shatters quietly in the cold. My concern finally takes hold, forcing me to finally close the gap between us. She said the chair had no replacement. It'll take a while for a new one to come in. That means she'll be trapped at home, completely sealed off from the outside. Man, the beginning of Olivia's annoyed protest die of exposure, becoming a grumbling acceptance as I wrap my arms around her shivering form. You're lucky you're warm, Inko. Yeah, I definitely feel like it as her body shifts and nestles closer against me. Olivia's tail lays on my lap, the shivers reverberating through it the most. I lay my palm atop it, feeling the cold limbs shaking slowly still. Some long-distance trivia about limbs losing heat the fastest springs to mind, and in the hopes of keeping the frostbite away, I pet the heavy tail. We can pet her tail, chat. And as I do, I hear the silliest sound rumbling from Olivia's chest and through the rest of her. It's like a purring cat, almost. There's a new sensation on my cheek now. Soft and warm. Oh my gosh! Crocodile kisses. Her lips are planted firmly on my cheek, and this feels nice. As I continue to warm her tail for her, I feel her warm lips press more and more against my cheek. Ellipses. I don't know if kisses are supposed to go this long and be this wet. And now the lips are moving and some pointy things are there and she's biting me. Munch. And that's her teeth. Oh. Olivia instantly lets go of my cheek from her non-lethal bite. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I'm new to this stuff. I'm nervous. It's okay, really. I put a hand to my cheek to feel the damage, feel the indents of her fangs, but nothing serious. I almost even start falling asleep before we hear a car pull up to the bottom of the hill. Olivia perks up and leans forward to try and see who it is. A few seconds later, Liz's head rises above the scares, scanning like a submarine periscope. Crap, it's going to be tough getting all the way back home, even with Liz's help. I look back and smile at Olivia, still huddled her against herself and clinging to my arm. You ready? Today seemed to drag on endlessly. Liz's arrival ended our embrace, and she had quite the dour look on her face. She said she'd been in a meeting with the principal, and I could only imagine how the faculty and student council were reacting to Yadigan's passing. Her mood seemed to lift a little, at least when she saw Olivia and I both huddled together beneath a tree. Olivia's mood, on the other hand, plummeted, probably from the way Liz and I had to carry her to the car. You know, I know a tropical island somewhere that a reptile like her would be very happy on, and it'll actually probably cure her of her paralysis somehow, but it'll make her face her inner demons, and there'll be like kind of a ton of mysterious questions, and you're hoping against hope that it'll conclude with a satisfying ending, but you just kind of know there's no way it could. The ride to the Payne household had been silent, save for Olivia's grumbling in embarrassment. I think I'd be in a similar mood if I was treated like a sack of potatoes. But then again, how else were we supposed to carry her? I should suggest more leg workouts to Coach Sully, just in case. Alright, the dad is wearing a Hawaiian shirt in the winter. That's pretty based. I approve. Damien and Randy were waiting for us at the curb, the older man looking over Olivia with worry. When your friend told us, Soph and I were beside ourselves. I'm a fine, Randy. Aw. Randy didn't really care. As the instant the car door opened, her legal guardian... Sorry, my headphones came loose. Alright. Pulled her up into one hell of a bear hug. Come on, I'll get you kids some hot cocoa. That sounds pretty good right now, actually. Damien watched on with a smile of relief as his father hauled her over his shoulder and marched into his home. You guys want to stick around? Vinny's still in school, so we'll have the consoles to ourselves. We can play Fortnite. It's still pretty early, all things considered. Sure, I'd love some hot chocolate right now. Liz? I'd like to, but the council still needs to prepare the arrangements for Yadikins. Well, you know. Maybe I'll come by later, after if I can. Alright, well, if you do, I'll make sure there's some cocoa left. Appreciate it. With that, Liz drives off down the street. Come on, let's head inside before we turn into popsicles. Settling into the well-worn couch, I notice a distinct lack of a baryonyx. Where's Olivia? Randy chimes in from the kitchen, busying himself with an old-fashioned kettle. She wanted to rest on her own for now, boys. Give her some time, no one can resist hot cocoa during weather like this, especially how I make it. Never had homebrewed hot chocolate, but if it's anything like his cooking, then it must be some good stuff. After a few minutes, Randy comes out with a tray. Aw, and it's got everybody's names on it, too. Here you guys go. He passes around a few Christmas-themed mugs, labeled with the family names, and leaves the last one on top a nearby drawer. You're gonna have to be Vinny for a bit. You cool with that? Ha, yes. Thank you, Randy. Man, you look cold. What, were you out there long? It's true, by now the snow on my jacket's melted and my clothes are chilly and soaked. Feel free to take a load off until you warm up. I'll be in my bedroom, resting. Holler if you need anything else. He gives Damien a pat on the back and leaves. The mug is hot to the touch, but it's a welcoming feeling to warm up my icy fingers. This happened to me. This happened to me Sunday. After the stream Sunday, I had to go out to get something from the pharmacy. And I'd forgotten to fully... For some reason, I thought it'd be okay if I didn't like fully brush off all the snow from my car. And I didn't bring my gloves or my hat either, just my jacket. And lo and behold, a bunch of snow just decided to slide off the roof of the car onto the windshield. And it was just too much that it was starting to like burn out or the motors for the windshield wiper, so they just stopped working. And you don't know fear until something goes wrong when you're driving a car. Like, if it's icy and it starts to slide, or you can't see. So I immediately had to pull into a parking lot and brush all the snow off, and it was so cold that my fingers just started... I could barely feel them when I got back in the car. And to top it all off, the pharmacy was closed. So that was fun. And I probably got really sick with a cold because of it. I take a moment to gently blow air on the beverage to cool it down before moving it to my lips. Yeah, it's pretty good. Damien is chugging his. You never chug hot chocolate, don't do that. He finishes the swig and sets the glass down. That must have been half of it in one go. Well, there are multiple ways to enjoy anything. After today's events and weather, I really needed this. Another sip, it really is helping warm me up. I didn't even notice how cold I was. Hey, Vinny. Oh, no. Gonna need a lot of water for this. Oh, he's talking to us. Yeah? You good? I'm holding it together. Yeah, still a bit scattered. I don't blame you. Hey, Pops doesn't want you venturing back out into the tundra out there. You up for a game or something? He gestures to the entertainment setup. No, but go ahead, I'll watch. Damien thinks for a second, the few gears in his head turning in conflict. Really, I don't mind. Alright, I'll get set up. You can watch me play Dark Souls. Damien sets his game up, searching for several mismatched cases for the right CD and giving the screen a good thump to get it to work properly. Grabbing a controller, he turns on the Xbox One and selects something called Rock Ring ODHG. Is this supposed to be... This is either going to be like a fighting game or a wrestling game, or it's their version of Elden Ring. This one's my favorite in the series. After a minute or two of... Oh, okay, it's not Elden Ring. Of gathering a full lobby, the Delafo Spino Dino picks his class and begins his virtual rampage. Only a minute in, and he manages to get the first kill. I'm just a bit burnt out for the day, getting pretty tired actually. Hey, Inko. Yeah? Olivia didn't come back with a wheelchair. Did something happen? Yeah, she isn't taking Yodikin's passing well. Man. Well, I'm glad you were there for her. My eyes remain on the screen, lost in the vibrant violence as some in-game announcer proclaims Damien's digital massacre. On his part, Damien's frills wavered like crazy, and it looked as if his arms also wanted to wave in victory. You want to talk about it? I don't want to take up your time, Damien. Come on, man, we've known each other for a while. We're best bros. You can be honest with me. Not sure where to begin, really. Yodikin was really cool. I don't really have the right words for it. Somehow I think I'm unqualified to speak on it compared to Olivia. She knew him better than I ever did. He was important to her, yeah. We talked about it a bit before Liz picked us up, but I'm worried I'm not much help. Well, that's what we're here for, right? To help her out in any way she can. Best thing to do is to be ourselves, and she'll eventually go through the motions in her own way. Yeah, makes a surprising amount of sense. I slowly look up from my mug over to Damien, and you make it sound so easy, too. He briefly meets my gaze before turning his attention to the screen. I know I'm not the smartest guy around, but I do know Olivia. We don't share parents, but she's still my older sister. Older sister? Her birthday is first, duh. And knowing Olivia, she'll be able to manage. But how are you managing, bro? Me, trying to sort out the maelstrom of emotions running rampant in my head is overwhelmed, I guess. I wish I'd gotten to learn more from him. Olivia could probably recite some of his lessons by heart. She probably could. I remember the first time she got to work with some special paints in his class, she was just ecstatic. She came home a mess, covered all over with blues and greens and leaving tracks behind wherever she went. When Mom saw her carpet vandalized, she threw her right in the backyard and hosed her off. I ended up joining in just because it looked fun. Damien is best boy. Eyeing the hallway leading to her room, a part of me wants to see if she's alright. That part simply wants to be closer to her again. Damien looks back. Again, the unspoken question clearly written across his arched brows. What about Olivia and you? Speaking of, I may have told Olivia that I liked her. You fucking what? Ellipses. About time. Huh? What? You two have stuck together like glue ever since the summer barbecue and she was in that super hot Come on now. Anyone with half a brain could see you were becoming more than friends. All the signs were there. Although it does worry me a little. Why is that? Well, think about it. Your teacher just straight up and died. You're both wrecks right now. What if it's just that suspension bridge thing? I don't know, man. It only just happened. You're right. Sorry. I mean, I do like Olivia. I know that. I guess I'm a little scared of the future. How so? There's a bunch of things I still don't get about Olivia. Or maybe friendship in general. When I first arrived at St. Hammond, I never really had any friends like you guys. So to suddenly be involved in all this, I don't know. Think I get it. Yeah, things can be a bit dramatic around here. Almost like we're in a drama-filled romance visual novel. One way to put it. What's so different about your old friends? Never really had any. Well, that's not true. I had friends, but they were like day friends, you know. Classmate friends. Yeah, I got a bunch. And your folks constantly moving means they only ever lasted like a year or tops. Yeah, am I a day friend? No way, you come to our parties and everything. In fact, look, he points to the subtle, discolored patch on my jeans where Vinny's acid punch had failed to completely wash off. Ha! Acid wash jeans. We got you marked. Our dark harvest approaches. Thanks, it means a lot more than you know. To be honest, I always had a good feeling about you. Though you thought you'd be a decent addition to the group. But to see Olivia actually start opening up around you 2 months ago, that was unthinkable. All those years I was trying alone, you know? Made it all worthwhile. Not to take credit or anything, I just am really glad to see her happy after so long. Moments of Olivia and I together flash into my head, good, bad, and everything in between. It all culminates into a single image of her staring up at me with that smile of hers. Me too. Hard to believe that she's been dealing with so much inside when I first met her. Well, Inko, some people just have a lot of problems they hide from the world. For example, he puts the controller down and shifts to look at me in the eye. His character is instantly sniped. That hot chocolate gave me a tummy ache. I'm being serious. That was serious. It can be little things like that. Little stresses that add up. Now, it doesn't bother me, but someone else might just about ruin them. If you're trying to get with Olivia, I'll give you a nickel's worth of advice that my dad told me. If a girl you like asks you to wear your shirt at 2 a.m. and bake cookies, she's an absolute keeper. What does that mean? Ha, that is some pretty good advice, friend Damien. Yeah, just don't break her heart, yeah? I wouldn't dare to think of it. Damien offers me a fist to bump, which I happily reciprocate. Door creaks open. Both of our heads turn back at the sound. And Best Girl has arrived. She kneels in the doorway to her room, leaning against the side railing. Sniff. Damien nods to me and continues his game. The ambient gunfire and controller clicking fills the silence. I take the hint and stand up, slowly approaching Olivia as she tries to shuffle down the hallway. She's completely upright in a display of pure confidence. I can walk again! Even her tail is upright as if to amplify her dignity. I'll have to tell her how cute that is when I'm not so drained. I wordlessly offer her a hand and she accepts. That is a pretty cool t-shirt. With her on my shoulder, I walk the both of us towards the living room couch and plop down on it with her. Oh, here. I lean forward to grab her cocoa from the coffee table. Most of the warmth is gone by now. Guess I can go warm it up in the microwave for her. She's tugging my arm. Come on, it's cold. She starts leaning harder against me to keep me from getting up all the way. Alright, geez. I give her the mug and she starts sipping She goes to start sipping immediately. I was going to warm. My voice dies as I feel her settle against my legs with a relaxed hum. Her body relaxes more and I'm allowed to sit up enough for her to settle in by my shoulder. Damien is just trying to pretend this is not happening. She's warm. The two of us watch Damien's game continue. Olivia continues sipping down her drink, letting one hand free from the mug. Her hand finds its way to mine, and our fingers curl around each other's. Okay, this is going a bit too quick. I hope something bad doesn't happen about how forward we've been with her. Damien plays a few more games. I don't really keep track of how well he does. He finishes one last match and yawns, stretching back over the couch. Alright, that's probably enough for me. I'm gonna get going and give you two some space, eh? Okay. Damien gets up from the couch and slides his controller near the cabinet where it lied before. On his way out, he stops to look right in my eyes. Hey, keep things chill, man. Don't do anything stupid, alright? Yeah. He nods and heads off to the depths of the house. And just like that, it's quiet once more. Is she asleep? Ellipses. Hey. I don't think you've ever seen my room before, have you? Oh, no. Not at all. Do you want to see my room? I'd love to. I watch her blush. Am I getting good at this? Okay. Just walk me there. Similar to before, I help Olivia off the couch and we shuffle our way towards her room. Alright, let's take a look here. So we've got some cool posters. A bunch of art supplies. A cool, like, forest green rug. Some plushies next to a beanbag chair. So I guess she can move somewhat using her tail. So that's pretty cool. Got some game controllers. She's got an old CRT. There's a closet. There's a string of lights that every girl has in her bedroom. Because when I want to sleep, I love nothing more than having a string of Christmas lights right in front of my eyes. Wow. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but Olivia's room to look like, but I'm surprised. It's the air that hits me first, a strange mix of heavy floral candle, trying its best to cover the almost nostalgic scent of art supplies. Band posters and paintings of dinosaurs. Cover a lot of her wall space, like the room is her own personal canvas. Her desk sat beneath the window. Again, what space that wasn't covered by the faded-looking paper was instead covered in dried-up paints. Right next to that, a dresser holding up decades-old television and retro gaming consoles. All in all, it reminds me of the rooms they'd show in older high school movies. So where do you want? Just on the floor is fine. Oh, okay. It's getting spicy. Okay. I gently lower Olivia to the floor, letting myself sit cross-legged next to her in the process. So what do you think? I think it suits you. Figured you wouldn't have any chairs. I got this really soft rug and a beanbag chair over there. She gestures to a beat-up lump in the corner near a large lamp. I've never been a fan of beanbag chairs, to be honest. I don't like that you just basically collapse into them. I want something with a little bit more structure. Olivia pulls something off her bed. It's a laptop open to a music program. I don't recognize any of these songs or bands or albums. She's a metalhead. She is truly the best girl of all time. That's a pretty big track list. What music do you listen to? Holy shit! Based. Best girl. Save. Screenshot. Best girl. Metalhead Gator. Sorry. I'm sort of a closeted metalhead. Whenever I'm alone, I put some on at full blast while I do chores or art. Generator Head, Super Death, or Iron Tomb, if you name it. What do you listen to? Or what do you listen to? Please let us get in. Don't lock us so... I know what that is. That is a line from Living Tombstone from their Five Nights at Freddy's song, which it was really cool in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. They used that as the outro or the credits music. So they were still giving some lip service to the fans. And that is a line in the song. Mumble rap? I listen to mumble rap. No, you say paleo rock. Paleo rock is an actual thing. Let me see. Yeah, y'all need to listen to some paleo rock. If that scratches your brain, then we're through. Anyway, my dad was super into heavy metal when I was a kid, and he got me into it. When Damien and I would be out playing in the yard, and his mom would be making lunch, our dads would be in the garage blasting heavy metal while they worked on the car. Working on cars? Yep, my dad and Uncle Randy would fix up some cars. She clears her throat. I think that's the first time I heard you call him Uncle Randy. Yeah, let's call him some... Sorry. Yeah, I call him that sometimes, along with Auntie Sophia. Auntie... No, she's not an auntie, she's not Indian. You call him Auntie Sophia? You call him... Your right hand comes off. What do you... Olivia lunges over to bite at my hand, and I have to take a moment to check my fingers, just in case. Hey, I was just joking. So was I. But yeah, I listened to a lot of this. You want to hear any? She offers me the trackpad. Anything... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Me saying her last name is Halford, is it actually an intended reference to Rob Halford of Judas Priest? In case, again, even more awesome. That makes me want to know that in this world she is canonically related to him. Say, what kind of music is B flat? Music is a bit lame, actually. Wait here. There's actually something else. It's also 2010's white girl music, isn't it? Something else? So, no, something nobody else gets to see. I'm gonna show you my chest. Ha, ha, ha. Amazing chest ahead. Here it is. Look. Immediately rips off shirt. Olivia holds out a small wooden box. There are 2 rusted metal latches that have long since aged past their use. I can't see it quite well in the dim lighting, but I think if I were to hold it up in the sunlight, I'd see a thin layer of glitter glue coating the whole thing. It's also been painted carefully with very thoughtful attention to tones. What could even be inside? Honestly, no guesses come to mind. Could be anything. What are you waiting for? Open it. I carefully open the lid. Aww. Inside is Olivia's chest. We see a lighter, some buttons, her teeth. Don't alligator teeth just kind of grow in and then like keep like they'll fall out occasionally and they'll just kind of grow back? I really wish our teeth did that. No, humans get baby teeth for like the first 7-8 years, and then alright, keep the rest of these on for the next several decades or not. To be fair, humans were never meant to eat this much sugar in their diet, so I mean, the box filled with various baubles and trinkets. What is all this? It's like my own little hoard. I've been saving up lots of little things through the years. Nobody else has ever seen it. She holds out the box for me to take. It's heavier than it looks. This must be some high-quality material. With the box in hand, I sit on the edge of the bed. Olivia manages to crawl her way up to sit beside me. She reaches inside to grab... Oh, can we pick? Oh, this used to be Uncle Randy's. Does the engraving mean anything? She shakes her head with a soft smile. Not really, he said. It's harder to steal and hide stuff that looks unique. Really? I think he thought it looked cool and not tacky. Well, I think it looks cool. You would. This hot picture of her, it's a picture of Olivia's chest. Of Olivia at the shore. This was from last summer. Dad had a weekend off and we all went swimming together at the beach. The sun was just setting and I decided to take a picture since it was a nice view. Plus I felt pretty. Maybe we could go together sometime. Maybe, yeah. She places the photo back in the box. What's that? That's my first tooth. Wow, I never seen baby dino teeth up close before. It's so tiny and sharp. What's that one? It's my 58th tooth. Your teeth grow back? Yours don't? Again, if I could change something about humans, I think... Yeah, humans. If we could just kind of have... our teeth could just fall out and then grow back in, and if we had like a tail for balance or something to reduce human back pain. Because I think we're one of the only animals that really gets back pain chronically because we walk on 2 legs instead of 4. What is that? What are these? Just a couple of cool rocks I found around. I liked how they looked, so I kept them. I grabbed one of the rocks and give it a closer look. It's gray with thin brown lines all around it and smooth to the touch. The perfect skipping stone. It's one of my favorite. It tastes like salt. How do you know that? I tasted it. There's a ball? Oh, I love this little guy. What's that? Let me show you. Olivia rummages through the box and plucks out a tiny hexagon piece. She then places the plastic ball onto it, and right before my eyes, it transforms into this little robotic-looking dinosaur. She's got Transformers too. She really is, like, the best girl. Oh, This is a Gabukan. Dinoid, to be exact. I was hooked on the show when I was younger, and I was always asking to get the toys for my birthday and Christmas. Vinny's got the rest of my old collection. This one was always my favorite, so I keep it here. Oh, hey. Well, some of these look really cool. Of course they do. I picked all these out myself. Where'd you get these? I pick one up whenever I see one. They're a dime a dozen. So they're nothing. And of course, her paintbrush. A paintbrush? A very important paintbrush. Olivia's lips turn upward slowly as each bristle of the brush flicks away from her thumb. Though she averts her eyes away from mine, I can see the green of her scaly cheeks turn red. Sorry, just got sentimental for a moment. That was the first brush I ever had. Dad gave it to me on my 5th birthday. Her tone falters lightly. Dad always asked me to make him little drawings. And every time I finished one up and gave it to him, he'd tell me it looked amazing. I could barely draw a circle back then, but he'd still gush over them, and she shakes her head. I think he put them in some scrapbook, I don't know, but he'd kept them all. Olivia looks back to me, her embarrassment turning into bashfulness. Thanks. Minutes go by as Olivia continues showing off her personal little hoard. All tiny objects that Olivia has chosen to keep with her this whole time, eagerly explaining the significance of every little piece of her that she's got locked away in here. By the time we're done, she's resting her muzzle on my shoulder. It's been a crazy day. I guess I'm pretty exhausted myself.
Can you put this back on the dresser there?
Sure. I gently move her off my shoulder, much to her muffled groans of protest. Then I carefully place the box back where it was on the dresser. Small friend pokes his nose curiously through the bars of his cage. Hey, little guy, long time no see. Were you napping? The black and white murid replies with a series of squeaks. I like to think that he's saying he's glad to see me. Hey, Olivia. Aw, I'm pretty exhausted too. Bed's definitely off limits. That either leaves the floor or the couch outside. Or that beanbag chair looks pretty inviting right now. I slump into it, the beads inside scrunching under my weight as I settle in. How disappointing that a beanbag is not filled with beans. It's soft. It smells a bit like paint and Olivia's hair. Does Olivia lay on this while she works? As I start to drift off, the last thing my weary eyes take notice of is Olivia sleeping soundly on her bed. With how emotionally draining this whole day has been for us, it's nice to see her looking so peaceful. Ellipses. More ellipses. And more ellipses. I begin to stir from my deep, cushiony slumber. Feels like, uh-oh. There's something heavy across my stomach, stopping any ability to move. Did someone throw a weighted blanket on me? Actually, it feels like whatever's on me is vibrating. What is it? Olivia? Uh-oh. Well, she's endowed in more ways than one, I see. She's on me. Oh. I may or may not have looked through the game files, and in the quote-unquote lewd section, there was the one where she's in the swimsuit, and then this one. I did it just to make sure that, nothing actually got too bad. So yeah, we get to see her gator butt. So, I think it's that large just because of the camera angle, and, well, as I said, she seems to have been very well endowed. My entire head grows hot as my brain tries to process the situation, how we're, as she's, her chest pressing close to mine, I can feel her rhythmic breathing against my body. It's deep, slow, and with a subtle but noticeable rumble with each exhale. If I focused hard enough, I could probably feel her heartbeat. Maybe she sleep-crawled onto the beanbag, and didn't realize I was on it. I should probably wake her up so she can get back to bed. Anyway, anytime I try and move, her limbs cling tighter around my body like a boa constrictor. With all but Olivia's tail wrapped around me, any attempt of escaping her hold is fruitless. I'm just trying to look at the words, chat. Olivia looks even more peaceful than she did on the bed. Maybe she does know that I'm here. I'll leave her be. Last thing I want to do is make her a cranky gator. With my free hand, I managed to grab my phone. Checking the time, the digital clock says it's only 5 minutes past 4:30. Plenty of time to continue my nap.
Hey.
Nestle my head into the beanbag and let the feeling of Olivia's rumbling lull me back to sleep. This feels nice. My morning alarm lulls me from my sleep and into the world of the living. I ended up spending the night at Olivia's place. Randy and Sophia thought my parents would actually be worried that I'd stayed with strangers for the night. When my folks hadn't answered their phone, Olivia was left fuming. Randy didn't look as bothered, though, and the two calmed down after I made up something about a business trip. Honestly, I'm probably right anyway. On the upside, I got to spend the night with Olivia. Last night, we even turned the living room into some kind of blanket and pillow fort. Hell yeah. Felt childish to huddle up on the floor with Olivia and watch her play old computer games on the outdated TV, but I had more fun than I'd like to admit. But now that Friday's rolled around, it was time for school. Olivia's wheelchair out of commission until Randy could go get a replacement, meaning she'd have to miss out today. Given the state of both her emotions and wheelchair, it pained me to have to go without her and leave her all alone. Honestly, I don't even want to be alone in my cold and empty house either. Miss Sophia is one hell of a cook. Last night, she made a delicious meatloaf. Guess I know now who Olivia got her culinary skills from. I rise from the couch, pulling the spare blanket off of me. The pains let me sleep on the couch, but at some point Olivia must have dragged herself from her room to join me. As I try my best to get up without waking her, I pull out my phone to check the time. Looks like it's like 10 past 1 or... No, that clock doesn't look right at all. It's about the same time I normally wake up. I'm kind of impressed with my own internal clock. You awake, son? I jump as Randy makes his presence known behind me. His hands idly button up a floral shirt as he motions ahead towards the unconscious Gator lying on the couch. Guessing he has the early shift. She wasn't there when I went to sleep. Don't worry, I'm not accusing you. Damien's already up. The kitchen's got cereal. Don't be late for school. I nod in response, taking a few moments to put on my jacket and glasses before heading to the kitchen. Even if I didn't remember where it was, it wouldn't be hard to find. Damien's busy slurping honeyed oats like a jet engine. Oh, Inko, you hungry? Before I even reply, the Dilophosaurus jumps out of his chair and makes for the nearby cabinet, pouring another bowl and spoon, which he slides across the table. Thanks. Most important meal of the day, man. Eat up. He gestures to the half-gallon of milk and cereal on the box of cereal on the table. I take a seat across from Damien and pour myself a bowl. Normally, I'd skip breakfast on account of getting an upset stomach during PE. Then again, I could just be my PTSD with the burritos talking. With spoon in hand, I get a scoop of cereal and begin eating. You know, as far as cereal goes, it's a little bland. If I had to guess, they probably avoid any of the colorful sugar-filled cereals to prevent Vinny from bouncing off the walls and dying from eating all that Red 30. Look at what Fruit Loops look like in Germany compared to what they look like in the US. And yeah, RFK can't get in soon enough. We need to get that shit out of our food. Like, why do we need to have everything be neon colored? It looks gross. And the red dye is, like, toxic. More than he usually does, at least. I continue enjoying my bowl of cereal with less ferocious haste than Damien. It's not long before we're both done, and Damien stands up without any intent on cleaning up after himself. We should be getting here any minute now, so we can wait outside. Sounds good. I take the time to rinse off our dishware in the sink before anything else. Damien looks a little guilty as he realizes what I'm doing. Finally, with breakfast dealt with, we get ready to head outside into the cold, harsh world. As I grab my backpack by the couch, I take one more glance at my slumbering girlfriend. She's taken up the entirety of the couch now, the blanket we shared falling away. She spreads out on the spot where I was just at. You don't end a sentence with at. Should I give her a kiss goodbye? Or maybe fix the blanket for her? Oh, shit. Staring at her soft-looking lips, I shake my head and kneel down, pressing the softest of pecks on her brow. As I turn away from her, something catches my wrist. It's Olivia's hand. With bleary eyes full of sleep, she looks at me, silently asking me to stay. Up. Liz is here. His words make Olivia tighten her grip. Painfully tight. Oh, hey, I'll be back tonight, okay? She's fighting to stay awake with eyes fluttering and hand grip waiting. Olivia? Promise? Kneeling back down, I plant another soft kiss on her head. Promise. I think she accepts that and lets herself slump back onto the couch. Inko! Sorry, had to do something. Damien huddles himself and charges into the cold right into Liz's car. Come on, Inko, get in the car! She flings the passenger open and just in time for him to leap in and close it again. I get one last look at Olivia before I shut the door and hurry down as well. And the same thing. Oh man, the car is nice and warm. Morning, Inko. You really stayed the whole night? Liz starts down the road towards the school. Morning. Yeah, didn't want to be alone in the snow. Is that why you smell like Damien's deodorant? His clothes are looking pretty ragged by now, too. Shut up. I'll have to get a shower and fresh change of clothes as soon as possible. Damien and Liz keep the conversation moving, and my mind starts to wander. Man, poor Olivia. Who knows when a replacement chair is coming in? Could be anywhere from a few days to weeks. And she's just going to be stuck at home the whole time while I still need to go to school. It won't be the same. We won't get to be together in the art room after school, all alone, just talking, making fun of my bad paintings. Just us. Man, wait till Yadakin finds out, or he probably knows. Verdammt. Well, I guess he knows by now, then. Man, it really won't be the same. Yo, Inko, you good? Seem pretty down all of a sudden. It's like someone died yesterday. I'll be fine. Yeah, speaking of, it seems like me and Olivia got over that real quick. She's probably just being very enthusiastic about it. Just get her mind off of the fact that Yadakin's dead. I appreciate you guys, really. This has to be the best school year of my life so far. Thanks for being my friends. Hey, you're cool too. What brought this on? Damien? Oh, this last school year has been pretty special. Hanging out with you guys, so much has changed in such a short amount of time. Even if things are really shaky right now, it's been worth it. I have hopes for whatever comes next. Me too, Liz. Silencio falls over the car as Liz takes off. Damien's hand is only occasionally swatted away from the radio knob as we all sit in companionable silence. It's nice taking a different scenic route to school. Once we get into school, I'm going to end the stream. Once we get in the school. At school, the atmosphere is undeniably different. It's as talkative and rowdy as ever, but there's less of it. I don't know, maybe it's just my mind playing with me. There's less color as well. It's like it's just been drained a bit. The layer of snow blanketing everything outside is partially to blame. Man, I was looking forward to making a snowman this year. Maybe I'll be feeling it later. Alright. Well, chat. I think Thank you for anybody who joined in. I know part 7 of a stream series, and I've only really just kind of started streaming regularly. But hopefully I can build this. So, we might be able to finish it tomorrow. I'd like to finish this tomorrow. If not, we'll finish it Sunday, I think. I hope. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining. God bless everybody. Alright. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna make some dinner. Let us stop.